Hello everybody! I'm here today with a special order Grim. A lady contacted me and asked if I would make this for her, and she wanted a Grim with earthy, not too many florals, but earthy still. And she said that she liked bats, the color green, the color purple, cats. I mean, all the stuff that I like to do. So that was fun. And she did say that she wanted one of the privacy reps that I do. And so I did that. And I did it a little differently this time. I have never ever called myself a seamstress by any means. I know how to sew, but I'm not the best at that at all. I've, made things, but I'm not a seamstress. And believe it or not, I made my first buttonhole that actually works on this wrap. So this is the wrap. And I just tied on a couple of charms here. Here's a cool bat. And I got this in California. They're blank in the middle so that you can glue in a stone or whatever. I did, what's it called? The glossy accents. And that is actually embossing powder in there. And for this one, same thing. I've had this in my stash for quite some time, and that is the Tim Holtz Distress Glitter with the glossy accents. And these are some stones, some gems that I had in my stash. So I just made a big charm out of that. And look, there's my buttonhole. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So this comes undone, but then this is what I did that's a little different. And ta-da, there she is. However, if she doesn't like the black, she can just switch this over. And boom, now it's a pretty silver color on there. And that's what that would look like. So I thought that was kind of fun, reversible wrap. So let me get this out of the way. And here we go. This is just some sari silk on here that I got from April at Pink Odd Birds. Congrats on, well, it's over 3,000 now, April. My goodness. So that's what we have here. It's chunky. Pretty simple. Scrap cardboard cover. Scrap lace, scrap material. This is a hard chipboard tag that I did a little bit of embossing on. In some Happy Mail or something. I got these from April, and I painted the stems. They were all white, and I glued that on there. And the Magic is one of those, chipboard pieces that you can get at the hobby stores. And I Mod Podged it, covered it with, that embossing stuff that Priscilla told me about, Frontage. Let it dry a little bit and then heated it, and it gives you that really cool texture, and I hope that that is showing through. And this I had in my stash from somewhere. I just sewed that on. So I hope I can fit this all in frame here. Oh, and I put some more of that sari silk on here as well. And I had some green corduroy material in my stash. And here's a cool little envelope, also from April, that I got just as I was building this, so I thought that was pretty cool. And Just some basic, neat little tags. I try not to make it too flowery. And I left all of the, let me see if we can see here. I left all of the stragglers from my sewing on here. I just thought it gave a really neat look and a neat texture. Of course, those can be cut off. And I'm trying to get some good light here. We'll see what happens. This is a greeting card that I chopped up. This is from a book that I got at the thrift quite a while ago. It's got all kinds of animal and botanical prints in it that I love. They're very scientific. I did some fun little stitching on some of the pages. This is also a greeting card. This I got from Shayna, I believe. And another thing that she wanted was bestiaries. So I got some printables, I got some things from Priscilla, and then I went in my own stash. And so here is a dragon. Oh, and on the back side, it's really cool. It talks about their bone and blood structure. Kind of nifty. And again, I just sewed some random stuff here and there. This is a huge gold doily that I cut and folded into a pocket. I did a lot of layering here, and there's a little secret pocket back here with a little journal card. And there's one of my trashy tags. There I was just using up some scraps because I love to do that. There's the other side of that greeting card that I'm pretty sure I got this from this from April like 1,000 years ago. And I just left these because they're really neat. I love the illustrations on them. Really pretty. And there's a journal card there. There's some layering here. Here is a phoenix. I love that. I kind of place those here and there. And there is another gem there. I believe that, let me see, the light is terrible. I believe that is a, I will think of it in a minute. This envelope came from Dana. She's de Poppins. This card did as well. There's another journal card from part of the scrapbook paper that I used. This is from Priscilla, and some of it didn't print out very well, but I just used the parts that did, because, you know, that's what I do. There's a little tag here, create without fear. Here's a fun little tag, some ruffles, and here is, also from Priscilla, a really cool looking unicorn. Not all of the beasts are as normal looking as that. Here's a little one of those Tim Holtz multi-tag holder thingies. So there's a couple of tags stacked in there. This page is from a book that I got about creepy things from the library, and this is talking about, I believe, a chupacabra. And I Mod Podged on the other side. It was not a very appropriate picture for this, so I Mod Podged an old book page here and kind of whitewashed over it so that she could write on it or put a picture or whatever. And this page is about bats. Here's some more little cards that I made out of scraps. Some really fun writing spaces in here. I love that I was able to use so many different colors, but yet it still seems pretty cohesive to me. This is from Mrs. Cog. It's her Curious Herbal collection, and I have those printed off and in an envelope that I'm going to stick in here as well. And there's the other side of where I just whitewashed over it, and there is the Chupacabra, an artist's rendition. And oh, I thought I put something in there. Anyway, that's a book title card from Gecko Gals. I love them. They are my go-to. That's for sure. And here's just a really strange little print that I found with all sorts of weird little sea beasts in it. And that's what that is. Little writing spot. Another journal card from Dana. And I'm trying to stay in frame here. Here's another one of my trashy journal cards. This is from Priscilla. It's gorgeous. Her embossing is on point, I tell you. And this is one of my fun pages. I did let me see if I can show this. There's a flip with some writing space here. And I'm going to bring this down here. And up here, if you undo this, we have a little gatefold, and there's some tags, some writing spots. It would be really pretty to write on here with some gel pen, I think. And that's what that is. A little secret spot there, if you will. And it ties. I tried to do a magnet on this, but I think I was using too many layers of cardstock. So we get the pretty tie instead. Okay. Some washi here. Removable, of course. Here I found this really cool picture of a dragon in one of my books, and I really wanted to use it, and when I glued him on there, he was really bright. Like, it hurt my eyeballs kind of bright. So I just, you know how when you take a napkin apart to decoupage, you always have 2 or 3 layers? This is that last layer that doesn't have any print on it. I just kind of did that. This picture was originally a baby dragon coming out of a shell. You can kind of see that right here. So I just put the rest of it on there sort of like a shell is what I imagined. He's breaking his shell. And here I decoupaged. This is an old calendar. And I just put a little variety of fun little things in here that she can use wherever she would like. And this is another page from that weird facts book about a ghost cat from Ireland. And on the back side, again, the picture just wasn't cohesive with what I was doing here, so I just kind of messed around a little bit with some shapes and a bag and my big fat fingers. There's a journal card in here. coffee stained. So that's what is in there. Little scraps all over. I was so happy with the way all of this just came together. There's a big tag for a journal spot. And this is some graphic 45 paper. As you can see, it's kind of like, you know, one of their, I can't remember what it's called, but it's, you know, it's like the background paper. Again, in one of my books, there was a picture of a dragon that I used, but this was also a picture of a tree. The lady did specifically say that she liked trees in the nature. So I cut that out to make a little pocket right there for her. And some neat little journal spots there. And this is a griffin. I made him into a pocket. There's another little trashy tag. And this is a really cool tag that I got from Dolly quite a while ago, and I've been hoarding them, but they worked perfectly in here. And this is a tag that I got from Shayna a long time ago that I've been hoarding. So there's a little bit of everybody in here. That's that. There's the other side of that ghost cat page. And I am not entirely sure what kind of beast this is, but it's a little freaky looking. I'm just, yeah, not entirely sure, but there we go. These are those metal pieces, and if you bend them, they make really cool little little paperclip type things. And there's another little belly band with the rest of that card, and then just another journal card. And I really got to play a lot with my machine, and I was so excited to be able to do that. This little tag here is also a little tuck spot. And there's just some scrap paper in there. And this little kitty is embossed. I love the way that that embossing powder feels. And there's just some other little scrap cards in there. Love this color of green. The one thing I had to be careful about is turning this into like a Halloween book. Because of the green, the purple, the black, you know, everything that she asked for, I love, but every once in a while I go, oh, that looks Halloween-y. So I kind of toned this down with the dark blue flowers here to kind of tone down the green and make it look not so Halloween-ish. And there's some little cards in this one here. All die cut. Just some fun sewing. Fun trim. Some more little pieces and parts. This is a skeleton of an ibis. I used this image and another one that you'll see here in my Curiosities book that I made not too long ago. And this is a tag that I made just for her. Her initial is on there. And it's, you know, just a trashy, scrappy tag there. I thought it was kind of pretty. And there's 5 signatures in this thing. Because I just kept going. It was so much fun. I love this. This is a ribbon that I can't remember who gave it to me. Wired. I took the wire out and made ruffles. So cool. Oh, there's what it looks like usually. And there's just some little scrap cards in here. And this is just a little tuck. I've got a coffee dyed tag there. And there is the other, let's see, he goes this way. That is a cockatrice. I think he's so cool looking. And let's see. Ah, there he is. And I did some little metal work here, little tuck here. Some scraps that April sent. So while I had them in my hand, I just sewed them on there. A little owl medallion there. And this is, I made this like 1,000 years ago, trying to imitate what Dolly did for me, and it didn't quite work out the same, but it was still kind of cool. So I went ahead and added that, and just some little tags here. These, they're all different, and I just put a brad in there to hold those together, and she can take them out or do whatever she'd like. There's some more washi. There's a little tip up there for some privacy. A postcard and a little tag here. I had some scrap paper, so I turned them into tags with little writing spots. What do you think of my candle? I thought it looked kind of cute. And then I just put a few little cards in there, but I thought that turned out pretty cute. I used contrasting paper to make the wax look like it was dripping. Here is a fun tag that I sewed on, that I kind of craft stole this idea from Dolly. I had this paper left over from another project, and when I coffee dyed it, the ink colors sort of ran, but it looks so cool. So I definitely wanted that. This is a little double tuck here. There's a little card here, and if you want to, you can go like this, or you can tuck it all the way back. Same thing with this. There's a little card here too. Just trying to use up my scraps, you know. Love this paper. There's a little pretty, where am I? There we are. There's a little pretty leaf charm. I wanted to use this, and all I had was one little sheet this size. So I just sewed it on there as kind of like a little tip-in, if that makes sense. It was a lot of fun. There's the other side of that neat stuff. Some more tags, some coffee dyed scraps. I love this fringy trim here. And this is a journal card that I just put on with some washi tape. Here's the other side of those tags. I'm trying to hurry because my son's supposed to be coming over here soon too. And ooh, we're at the end. And it's just a trashy tag. And I think those are like Project Life or Heidi Swap or something like that. But it totally matches. And then that is the end. Yay! So I do have, like I say, a few more tags and such that I have in an envelope that I'll be tucking in here. So there is my latest garden, or not garden, magical Grim, we'll call this one. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes. And as always, thanks for the comments. I'm going right now to comment on, to answer your comments on the last video that I posted. So, because I try to do that. It might take me a while, but I try to do it. So, thanks everybody for joining in, and I hope you have a great week.